Hello, everybody, and welcome to match one of Wocky Slushh versus DogShitG. I don't know if I can say that whole title. um, they are in spawn. Wait, yeah, this has started. Lovely. I just thought he was AFK for a second because he's standing still. My apologies. Tom and Peter both buying armor. Doctor Space and Kiss My Donkey. Only Doctor Space has armor on T side, and it's Wocky on CT side. My apologies for the late start. Um, and let's get on it. It's now down to a 1v1. Both have health, and Kiss My Donkey is a little weaker because he only has no armor. And it's kind of ring around the rosy at the moment. They're both going around truck. But it looks like Peter knows where he is, and Peter's going to take him out and get a defuse. Lovely there. It was good first round. Both had armor. Both were prepared. It's a little bit scary there because it looked like that Peter lost him for a second. So he got him. And got the defuse. Lovely. Time left on the clock. It didn't look like he wouldn't get it there unless Donkey kind of wasted a lot more time. Buys coming in now for the T side. Only one AK and full armor for Donkey, and a Galil and full armor for Not Space. They're opting to force, which base hit their economy back if they actually lose this round. Side. Tom gets a nice grenade, and that kind of ends that rush onto site. However, Dr. Space trying to recover, does get the kill on Tom, does pick up the AK. Peter going for the knife there, doesn't actually get the knife, and steals the AK. I was wondering, because I was pretty sure Peter was on site, but I didn't have his PAV, what was going on there. It looks like he was just going for a cheeky knife, which would have been amusing if he actually got it. Peter now with the AK, full armor. Tom with the shotgun, full armor. Dr. Space and Kiss My Donkey having serious economic damage at the moment. They're going to have to really eco in this round to recover and maybe hopefully take out. They would look to take out Peter here to try and recover the AK. Wocky Slushh now 2 up on CT side on guard. Tom does see Dr. Space. And Dr. Space sees him, but Tom gets the best end of it and comes in and gets another headshot. Wonderful kills coming in there. 2 clean headshots. But thankfully Dr. Space and Kiss My Donkey now do have some form of economy and can buy up slightly. Armor and an AK coming in for Donkey, and Dr. Space just Galil and armor. No nades, only 1 flash. Whereas Peter Brush and Tom both have full nades, full flash, armor, everything they could really hope for. And they're just gonna hide on site and hopefully stall this one out. Although Tom is wrapping around with the shotgun, looking to take target there. Whilst he does find Dr. Space, Dr. Space actually managed to kill him there, and it is now down to a 2-on-1. Peter just trying to eliminate angles with the smoke. They are wrapping around 2 different points here, probably going to try and enter the site at the same time and catch him off. They do know roughly where he is because they did hear the smoke on site. But they are taking it quite slow. 40 seconds left on the clock though, they do have the time to do this wraparound. Peter himself is actually trying to go find one, he doesn't. Well, he does, but he dies to him. Dr. Space taking the AK back, and the CTs get their first round on the board, 3-1. AKs and armor, and finally nades coming out for the T side. And CTs looks like they're only going to be buying armor pistols and saving the rest of their economy. Oh no, I lied. They actually at the last second get 2 shotguns and some nades coming in for Peter. Lovely, so they can hold off the site should they choose to. Tom getting that lovely shotgun kill, recovers the AK once again. Kiss My Donkey has now been found out. Hopefully, Peter Brush can rotate back out and survive. Might not win this. Tom does know roughly where he is, but Donkey is kind of on the flank. But never mind. What a shame. Tom again going for that knife kill. Doesn't quite pan out. He is really trying for it though, but they are losing rounds because of it. They are actually giving away crucial rounds here because it is wrecking the CT side economy. Yeah, they're able to buy up this round, but if they lose this round, they'll be in a really dire way. AKs, armor, grenades all coming in for the T side. Less grenades than I would like to see, but they're trying to save some money, so I understand. Tom gets 1 kill with the pistol. Dr. Space trades. He is down to 14 HP though, so it's looking a little dire for T side this time. If he can get the flank. He might win this. Both men just holding positions at the moment. Nothing major changing. In fact, it looks like T-side Dr. Space intends to save his weapon for the next round, which is definitely doable. Just needs to hide out for another 30 seconds or so. He is rotating to site. If he's lucky, Peterborough might actually rotate fully off it. Oop. Looks like he hears it. Ooh, he thinks it might be on site. A nice try. That was a really actually good bait. Lovely bait there. Doesn't quite pan out the way he'd like it. Speaking of which, I'm meant to be hyping up any mistakes. I forgot about that. SG coming in for the T side and an AK. The scope might help him get some long range engagements and counteract some of the difficulties aiming at a longer range. Even I struggle with that all the time, so I understand. Having that 1.5% magnification is definitely a help at times, especially if you can get some nice crisp headshots with it. So let's see how this pans out. Holding an angle onto sight. Doesn't look like anybody's coming towards him though. Tom holding with the oh boy, he's gonna try and taser somebody, ain't he? Wocky Slushh at 4-2 at the moment, so they are winning, so they can afford to be a little more cavalier than normal. However, I would hate to see them lose because of these joke rounds that they do. If they wreck their economy to the point of no return, there's a point where they might accidentally throw the game if they're unlucky. Kiss my donkey there, dying on purpose. He's lulling the enemies into a false sense of security. And now that they're in a full sense of security, Dr. Space actually picks up a kill there. So very successful bait there by Donkey. Killing himself was really the best option. Peterborough coming back up. Dr. Space just repositioning slightly. That nade that didn't quite do anything, also lulling them into a full sense of security. Unfortunately, they were so lulled into a full sense of security that they actually fell asleep, and Peterborough actually woke himself back up by killing Dr. Space there. Okay, T side now has AKs, some nades and armor. CT side, they're just going for the standard stuff. Oh, and there's a little stats there. I couldn't actually see the stats for long enough. Headshot percentage is 69%. Nice. Lovely. Tom sitting comfortably. Peterborough also sitting comfortably. Tom's economy is kind of gone, but Peter's not that great. Sorry, Peter's is good. Kiss my doggy forced off by the volley, does go on the site, does get the kill. Tom coming up behind. Does get the dink. And now it's a one-on-one with Dr. Space and Tom looking to duke this one out. Dr. Space getting some lovely shots into Tom, who was not prepared for that angle. And that is a good half. It is a 5-3, quite an even half at the moment. Pistol round starting now for the team swapped. Dogshit now on CT side. Only armor coming in for one player on Dogshit, and dualies coming in for Tom. Clearly, I have to root for the dualies player, because dualies are, of course, the way to win every pistol round. So if he loses this pistol round, he just wasn't playing dualies right. Anyways, first engagement happening. See? Gotta love it. Dualies have 100% accuracy at head. And Tom shows this by getting the first kill. Dr. Space tries to counter, but obviously he's quite scared of dying to the dualies. Peterborough lulling Dogshit into a false sense of security by murdering his teammate. A rare tactic. You don't really see it in majors too much, but it's seen some fringe cases in minor tournaments, and it actually doesn't work. The murdering of his own teammate actually led Dr. Space to killing him and winning the round, making it a 5-4. Truly, not sure what went wrong there. The plan was flawless, But clearly, Dr. Space used some sort of unknown information to gain the advantage there. So 5-4 in favor, well, in favor of Wocky Slushh still, but with an economy that favors the CT side. Peterbrush and Tom both using dualies. They're taking my advice to heart here. I've never been more happy to see a T side. This fits my ideal, gaming setup here. Only one man on CT side has armor, despite the fact that they won the round. Perhaps he's trying to save up for an AWP, which would give him an advantage. I would understand. And they're just stacked on top of each other. Not quite sure what's going on there. Slowly walking their way onto site. The bait works, it does bait out Donkey. Donkey dies because of it. And it looks like the dualies will reign supreme in ways that we only expect dualies to do. I mean, this will make me very happy if they win this. And he actually gets the kill. Lovely. Dualies doing exactly what you'd expect them to, which is winning rounds, which makes Wocky Slushh 6-4 against DogShit. CT side is now coming in with an SMG and rifle buy. Nades bolt on Donkey. Very useful. He'll be able to smoke and molly off the side. Hey, Peterbrush, understanding just how important dualies are for me. Thank you, Peterbrush. I'll give you your $10 later. You've earned them. Tom coming in with a little bit of a spray. Both sides dig down. Actually, sorry, it was Peter that engaged there. Donkey also trying to hit them there. And a few of them using their utility. Not space being brought down, but not before he injures them both to 50% health. So, just my Donkey being at full health here, he could potentially win this round. He gets the first kill. And the second, lovely. Lovely spray there. Secures the round, making it 6-5. This is a very close match here. Donkey now has his hands on an AK. Very powerful weapon. And buys armor and nades as usual. Dr. Space not buying anything. I see, because their economy, even Kiss My Donkey can't actually afford to buy anything for his teammate without jeopardizing his own economy. And Peterborough going for SMG and armor, and Tom going for Deagle and armor. And sneaking his way slowly, gets the headshot. Knows that the teammate isn't near, retrieves the AK. Tom is in a very good position here, as he's against an opponent who only has a shotgun. Smokes off the side. Goes to plant. The shotgun could be very deadly here though. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. Lovely. Dr. Space obviously using the shotgun to the full prowess of I don't know where I was going with that sentence, my apologies. But anyways, Dr. Space is going to defuse, and that makes it a 6-6. Lovely. Clap, clap indeed. Now, because they did kind of half buy that round, their economy is pretty decent. They can both afford rifles and nades and armor. Peterborough going for a shotgun, Tom going for an AK. I've seen this shotgun AK play like maybe 10 times now. Seems to be a favorite among teams on guard for some weird, obnoxious reason. But either way, it does yield some results from time to time. Like right now, Peterborough getting that kill. Might steal the rifle. Note, decides he doesn't even need it. Of course, Kiss My Donkey was lulling his opponent to a false sense of security there, and chose once again to off himself. Because nothing, goads your opponent into making mistakes like dying like this. Dr. Space obviously now knows where Peterborough is, and with the shotgun still in his possession, he is at a disadvantage. Range-wise, anyway. Damage done to both. Both at about 50%. Peterborough on slightly more. Does have the bomb, though. And that nade does not connect. Ooh. Ooh, unlucky. Peterborough gets the shotgun kill. But doesn't bother to retrieve the rifle. Clearly he sees no future in rifles. And it's all shotguns from here. Tom coming in with the buy with a shotgun as well. He is fully committed to this, and quite frankly, I understand. It seems to be yielding great results. Why even bother going for rifles when shotguns clearly do the job? Kiss My Donkey only got a pistol, no armor, and Dr. Space hitting with armor and silenced SMG. Donkey decides to take his opponent by surprise, and actually successfully baits his opponent by eating the full amount of that shotgun, that grenade there, successfully lulling his opponent. Wouldn't have been successful if he hadn't just, taken the whole 60 damage. Anyways, the site being smoked off and mollied off, giving Tom areas to move and get a little closer to his opponent to utilize the shotgun. Does not actually work though, as Dr. Space capitalizes on his teammate's earlier sacrifice to secure the round, making it 7-7. The economy on T side though is quite good. They can afford to buy up here. Same could be said for CT side though, and they choose to opt for the shotgun strategy as well. Donkey successfully realizing the prowess of shotgun. Tom as well, and Peter using SSG just to, counteract. You want one long range, one short range, I understand. If they stack on top of each other, each head, one can just deal with all the short range threats, or all the long range. Works well here. Anyways, at the moment they're split apart. Peterborough looking at side. Donkey not yielding anything though. He's just sitting there, waiting to see who pushes. Good to do with the shotgun, so I understand. Peterborough doesn't know where to look right now. He's got so many still scoped in. And he dies because of it. Donkey utilizing that shotgun to the full capacity. Tom returning in kind. Nothing says no you like a shotgun to the face. Dr. Space now wrapping around the backer side to maybe come in from a different angle that Tom might not expect. Because I think Tom thinks that he's in spawn or something. But if they just chase each other around this whole perimeter, it'll be quite a different story. So, I'm interested to see where this goes. Tom planting on site. Dr. Space returning and manages to get the kill. The range with the shotgun just not being effective whatsoever. Which makes it 7-8 in favor of DogShit. Meaning they are now match point and able possibly to close for the win here. Of this map 1 anyways. Here we go. This is now match point for CT side. So, Wocky Slushh, of course, breaking out the AKs. They're not playing around anymore. And Dr. Space returning in kind by breaking out the Scar. Boy, I hope this works. Of course. Oh, it doesn't work though. Peterborough managing to get the kill, making it 8-8. And overtime 1 is now in full effect. Although that bold move with the Scar was very much unexpected. An almost worthy purchase. Let's see what their buys go in now. They each have max money. An AK coming in for T side. Both teammates getting AKs and armor. M4s and armor on the other side. They're not opting for a Scar play this time, which I totally understand. Peterborough taking out the head of Donkey. Once again, Donkey utilizing their team's best tactic, which is lulling their opponent into a full sense of security by killing himself. It has worked at least twice now, and he's looking to make it work a third time. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work because opponents have become wise to the tactic and were therefore guarded against being lulled into a full sense of security. They were on the top of their game, paying attention to everything. They were not going to be lulled there at all. CT side now wavering as Wocky Slushh goes 9-8 to them. Why am I thinking of the CS original name? The Bullpup has been bought for Dr. Space, and Donkey has a P90, and it's not being too effective, although they are knifing each other. And Donkey now has a weapon, and Tom accidentally dropped down to sight, meaning he couldn't actually save his teammate there. He does get the plant, however, And it's now AK versus AK. Let's see how this all pans out. Tom hiding deep on site. And Donkey coming up. Oh, ring around the rosy once again happening. Tom's ready for it. Donkey goes down. 8-10. I don't know if they swap sides. I can't remember. I don't remember how it's done on CS, but I assume that they have some sort of side swapping. Yes, they do. So it's now match point for Wocky Slushh, and DogShit have a chance here to recover, but they now need to win every round. Peterborough not messing around at all, buying himself an AWP, and Tom having a rifle. However, Kiss My Donkey returns in kind and does his own know you and AWPs him in turn. Dr. Space is now behind and is ready, and yes, they absolutely just crushed that there, both wrapping around at a good time, just crumbling the defense away. Good job there. AWP still in the hands of Donkey, he doesn't lose it. Working out well. They might be able to take this to an overtime too. Only an SMG and armor and a few nades on Peterborough's side. Tom rifle in armor in kind. Let's see how this pans out. Tom getting the first kill on Doctor, meaning it's down to Donkey, and Tom gets a nice headshot, meaning that map 1 has been won by Wocky Slushh. Congratulations to them. We move on to map 2. So I shall see you all momentarily. Ship versus Wocky Slushh. Wocky Slushh studying on T side, DogShit working on CT side, both going for a standard build of. Actually, I say that, I actually got confused. T side only has one person with armor, which is Tom, and Dr. Space and Kiss My Donkey both opt to full eco, no utility, no armor, only USPs. But they are staying at range to utilize the long range nature of those pistols in general. Dr. Space gets the first kill, Peterborough gets the second. It's now a 1-on-1, and Peterborough's going for the plant, and he knows where his opponent is. And now it's just down to who aimed better. And it turns out to be Donkey, who gets the kill and the defuse because he has plenty of time left on the clock. A lovely first round by DogShit, picking up their first round of the match. Hopefully they can win this map, so we get a map 3. Alright. Let's have a look here at the buys. Bullpup coming in for Org, that's the name of it. An Org coming in for Dr. Space. And no armor, and Kiss My Donkey is only using a pistol and one nade. Which he chucks at the door because that door deserved death, I understand. I too feel that way about doors sometimes. Of course, now they have a sight line to look through. Peterborough's looking for access with that shotgun of his. And really gonna get a chance to use it. He does roughly know where Dr. Space is, as he did catch a glimpse of him. But he does not, unfortunately, survive the encounter and dies. And Dr. Space takes one look at the shotgun and decides, you know what, probably don't need that. I understand. Deagle bought on Donkey's side and armor and AWP. A bold move. Dr. Space opting to once again go with no armor and the bullpup. Oh, sorry, Org. And Peterborough going with a Nova and Tom with a SMG, respectively. Going for a sort of aggressive sort of toolkit, I'd say. They do push onto site, but Dr. Space gets it. And they do roughly know where Peterborough is, and Donkey gets that. 3-0 to Wocky Slushh right now. CT side doing incredibly well for DogShit. Finally, armor bought on Dr. Space side. He learned how to put a helmet on. Very good. And he gets some nades as well. Kiss My Donkey will say goodbye to the door once again, I understand. And they are smoking off the site and making sure that the enemy cannot push out on. They are really utilizing these long-range weapons to make sure that they get the sort of engagements they want. I totally am on board with what they're doing here. They're keeping all their engagements long-range. They know the enemy can't come behind them, so they only have to hold from one point of contact. And they're really popping off here in a great way. Wocky Slushh do not seem to know how to counter this so far, and they certainly weren't going to do it with an SMG. Although they did get close with the Deagle shot. But now they have armor, they have AKs, they are ready. Tom pushing slightly into the fire there. And he does get a kill. Takes out the orb. Very good. Dr. Space returns in kind, but we're down to 50 HP. But the bomb is dropped, which will need to be recovered. And he knows roughly where... And he gets it! Lovely. He knew where Peterborough was coming. Once again, utilizing the scope and the long range to make sure that their economy is not fractured because of it. Speaking of economy, CT side economy looks great right now, thanks to the fact that they saved the orb. They have plenty of money to go around and can buy if they do, in fact, die next round. T side looking a little rough around the edges, only an SMG and armor and an AK and armor bought with very few nades or utility. That's Space holding deep on site, which they may not expect because they haven't been looking for it recently. And he gets both kills. 6-0 to DogShit right now. They are absolutely crushing this CT side nuke. I knew this map was CT sided, but not to this extent. Certainly wish I played this well. But both sides doing really well here. It's just one side is playing this. I just think they have an absolute good strategy here that's working out in their favor. AK coming out for Tom, which worked well the last time they have one, and Peterborough rocking with an SMG once again. I hope that it pays off, but it doesn't look like it's going to. Peterborough just immediately gets killed by the AWP. And the AK coming in might get a kill here, but no, Dr. Space is ready with the AUG once again. 7-0. And now we are on last round of the half. And should they pick up this round, it will be an 8-0 round half. And they'll be on match point coming into T side, meaning they'd only need to win one round in theory. Well, not in theory, I mean in practice, but they'd have to come up against a CT side that's completely unfavored. By coming in is a little on the dry end for the T side. Hopefully they can make this work. But Space is ready. Peterborough does get the kill on Donkey. And Tom picks up the kill on Space. 7-1 is the half. Lovely half there. Played really well. I certainly think that strategy of just playing at the longer end of the spectrum with an AWP and an AUG was certainly the way to go. KD of 4.5, I believe that said there. Yeah, 4.5 for Dr. Space. Really wonderful stuff there. Great round. 9-2. And 0 deaths, I believe, on Donkey's side. Oh, no, he had, that was assist, sorry, my bad. 3 deaths on Donkey's side. But still, a lovely half. Guess my Donkey going aggressive. Dr. Space also going aggressive, but they both suffered the short end of the stick there. I wonder how it feels to be on the other side of things. The CT side might just go in favor of Wocky Slushh now. And we'll get another overtime, it might. Or possibly even Wocky Slushh might be able to win this one out. We could see a complete reversal sweep here. And that one round that they got on T side, T side might end up costing the DogShit team. Which is a sentence I never thought I'd say in professional CS, but here we go. Guess my Donkey dead. Body didn't even get a chance to hit the floor before I said those words. Dr. Space returning fire, however, and it's now a 1v1. If these deagle shots can't connect, Dr. Space could walk away with a good round here. Tom is wrapping all the way around, though. He knows where Dr. Space is. He knows where he's likely to go. As a T, he has to go on site eventually. And if he can make it to window... Oh! He thinks he's on site? Alright, this will be the... See how fast the flick is? Dr. Space is just a lot quicker. Tom goes down with a headshot. And their economy is looking good on T side. They can afford to buy up rifles here, and armor, and nades. Tom's economy and Peterborough's economy looking a little worse aware. The dualies bought for maximum efficiency, however. Which will, of course, lead to a victory. I have no doubt. You just watch. Dualies coming in. Aggressive angles hold, but they're... now they're rotating out. Pushing through the smoke for Kiss My Donkey. And what did I say? Even though the dualies didn't actually get the kills, the mere presence of them was enough to make sure that Wocky Slushh picked up a third round. And is now match point once again for DogShit. And dualies sticking on Tom. which I respect and understand. AK on Peterborough with armor and nades. Dr. Space going for an AK as well. Kiss My Donkey going for that shotgun, possibly to counteract the dualies. Tom himself actually opted to get a SMG to counteract the awesome power of dualies. You can only hold them for so long before your hands start to scorch a little, so I understand. Peterborough holding up on top. Tom looking towards single. Ooh, that was just a poor reload there. Really bad timing. And it just doesn't pan out the way you'd hope. 8-4 now for Wocky Slushh. They're slowly gaining ground. AKs on both CTs. Armor, nades, everything they could want. Only armor and an AK for Dr. Space. And Kiss My Donkey only has a SSG. But if he can get some headshots going, he could make this work. It is not inconceivable. Especially if they don't know where he's coming from. They are now holding window angles. Nading it out. Dr. Space been hit down 50%. And right now, Kiss My Donkey is just doing, holding an angle in single. I don't know if he's broken the door. I don't think he has, or else he would be able to see them. So I think he's just waiting for a good opportunity to do so. Ooh, that was bad crosshair placement. Really unlucky. Of course, they could be trying their they could be doing their tried and true method of lulling the opponent into a false sense of security. I'd understand it. It's a valuable play, and it works sometimes. And let's see if it pans. It does. He gets the no-scope and the AK and has armor. This could be a complete turnaround here. If he doesn't get caught out. Oh, but unfortunately he does, and Peterborough manages to recover. That would have been very impressive had that gone the other way. The no-scope in particular coming in clutch there. 8-5 now for Wocky Slushh. M4 bought for Tom. Armor, nades, everything they could need. And Dr. Space and Kiss My Donkey are having real economic problems right now. They may have to eco next turn. I know they really want to win, but at what cost? If he can get... Oh! Peterborough just coming in to get the... Oh, sorry, Tom. Sorry, I don't know why Peterborough got MVP. Sorry, Tom got the kill there. Just coming in. Very lucky there with the reload. And Donkey shots just did not connect in time. Very unlucky. 8-6 now. We may be looking at a second overtime. These teams are playing very close. But again, no economy. They're literally relying on out-aiming the opponents, and it's not working out for them on CT side. Again, another case of just the CTs having better placement, better weaponry, more to go on. They got naded out, mollied out. They couldn't do anything. And they can't eco anymore if they don't want to go into overtime. So they have to force. So it's a negative on Donkey, and Dr. Space has an AK himself. Tom pushing onto site. Peterborough a little far behind, but not so much that it suffered. On site, Tom gets the first kill. The negative is all that's left, and Peterborough picks it up. We're going into overtime, boys. Back in we go. Buys coming in here. Donkey on AWP. Dr. Space on Rifle. Peterborough rocking an M4S, and Tom rocking the M4. Truly, they must war about this when they're not playing together. It's an age-old argument about which one's better. I'm personally partial to the M4 myself. Kiss My Donkey taking that AWP and hoping to get some good shots off. He has broken the door to single, alright. But Tom makes sure that nothing gets done there as he takes out Dr. Space with a few good rounds. Oh, and that is unfortunate. He missed a shot. Tom punishes him hard for that and takes the AWP. And almost BNs his teammate, and in fact legs his teammate. As, you know, as you do. Wocky Slushh now looking at 9-8. They take control of this first overtime. AWP coming in for Tom, well, because he picked it up. Peterborough having M4S. Dr. Space with an AK, Kiss My Donkey with a pistol. You can tell which team has the better buy right now. I won't lie to you, it's the team with the pistol. Nothing quite says I'm secure in my knowledge of the win, quite like picking a pistol against an AWP. Dr. Space gets the first kill. And they do have control of the side. Unfortunately, he rushes, and he shouldn't have rushed. And Tom punishes him for that mercilessly. That entire team is wiped off the face of the earth with that one rush that went wrong. But they are now on CT side, and as it's been demonstrated, CT side is heavily favored. So let's see if DogShit can actually pull this back. AWP M4 on CT, AK pistol on T. Oh no, AK on T. My bad. It's just a late buy. Double broken. Single broken as well. And it's looking like they're going to flash onto site, try and take into control. Doesn't actually effectively do anything. Tom pushing through onto site. Peterbrush already on site. Got the space, punishing him for that. Gets the first kill. Ooh, Donkey missing the second though. Tom can go for a plant here, and he knows where his... Ooh! That was one of the most unlucky, like, oh, I guess I'll just plant now, he's not coming moments. If he had held it for one more second, he would have got that kill, and it would have been all over. It is now 9-10, still match point for Wocky Slushh. And remember, if they win this match point, they do win this entire match. So, let's see how this goes. DogShit really do need this round to push it into second overtime. Donkey down. Tom low. Tom dead. It is now 10-10, second overtime. Oh, sorry. They switched team, right? Or was it second overtime? No, they did switch teams already. My bad. I'm forgetting. Yeah, second overtime, thanks. I got confused because it didn't quite update, and I was trying to register in my head how it works. Alright, second overtime. Donkey taking CT, and Space, Donkey taking AWP, Space taking M4. They're on CT side, Peterborough and Tom taking both AKs and a lot of utility. They're gonna just try and control the site. I absolutely agree with this. This is such a CT side of the map that I think just site control is so important now. They need to just try and get rid of at least one of the CTs so they can plan. Donkey manages to get Tom, who walks right out. Very unfortunate. They did have access to some utility to smoke this off, but they chose not to use it. Peterborough gets the first kill. Dr. Space returns in kind. Again, Donkey doing the absolute 6,000 IQ play of sacrificing himself to secure the round. Works 90% of the time, every time. Buy coming in is an AWP and an M4 for DogShit, and an AK and an AK for Wocky Slushh. Again, a very similar setup to the last round. A few less nades this time though, so they'll have less utility accessible to them. They can still take this site off and smoke off some points. Ooh, that's lovely. One down. Peterborough left to go, and he has to try and get rid of one. He does flash onto site. Flash again. And he's a little worried about where his opponent is. Ooh, this could go either way right now. But Donkey gets the shot in, and it's 12-10. Match point for CT side. This looks like DogShit might be going to map 3. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be it. If they can just secure one T-side round, which I see seems to be asking a lot on Nuke, but if they can just get this one CT round, they can get this. Now, unlike DogShit, CT side for Wocky Slushh, they've opted to go for rifles with no AWP, and I feel like the AWP was really working quite well, and they suffer because of it. They did not utilize the long-range advantage of CT side at all, and DogShit takes map number 2. We're going to map 3, boys. I'll see y'all in like 2 minutes. E for DogShit, and here we go. Pistols and armor bought for Peterborough and Tom. Pistols and armor only bought for Delta Space. Pistol only for Kiss My Donkey. Sorry, what I meant was armor bought. No pistols were changed out. My apologies. Kiss My Donkey getting good at crisp headshot onto Tom, leaving Peterborough alone to defend the site. Good luck to him. Peterborough getting a nice headshot. And Delta Space responding in kind. Headshots all around. Headshot conga. Lovely. Right. One point to DogShit. T side starting off strong with a good number of kills. AKs bought and armor bought on round 2, which possibly the CTs won't be expecting, and they'll be at the disadvantage for range. Once again, T side playing a very like range heavy game, really utilizing the long range effectiveness of their weapons. Let's see just how well that goes this time on a different map. Peterborough utilizing electrical box and just completely murdering Donkey. And he retrieves the AK. This will absolutely fuck T-side economy. Yep. Uh-oh. There goes their economy. Wocky Slushh picking up their first round, and 2 AKs, and armor. Boy. That is very painful. That is a harsh pill to swallow. T's being reduced to a silenced MP5 and a pistol against AKs. You almost feel sorry for them. Both coming pot dog, very aggressive push off the site, and Peter is ready to pick it up. Dr. Space just hiding now in pot dog, hoping they move off, and they have indeed. I don't think they were expecting a second. Oh, but he does see him, and now Dr. Space must just get out of the area as quickly as possible. Move those legs of his and skedaddle his ass on out. He goes back to T side. Wrapping in through main. Peterborough is ready for him and already searching. Dr. Space does win the exchange though, putting this on a one-on-one with 2 AKs. Let's see how this goes. Six seconds left on the clock. He was hoping possibly for the engagement. He might get it in the final seconds. 1 second left on the clock. Tom gets the kill. Wocky Slushh picking up another round. That was very close there. AK retrieve for Wocky Slushh. And not so much of a goodbye on the T side. Though Donkey does have 3k. He does opt for a buy. Putting their economy quite dangerous. Sorry, burp there. Quite dangerously low. We'll see how this pans out. Peterborough on an SSG. Tom on an AK. And they know where 1 is. Tom still gets the exchange. And wins both spray duels. Maintaining his AK. And asserting his dominance by swiping at the corpse as it passes. Peterborough having an AK of his own means that these CT players are doing a much better job at being Ts than being CTs. They've had the AKs for longer, that's for sure. DogShit sitting with pistols and no economy, but they will gain an economy for next round. So they'll absolutely be able to take this fight. 3-1 currently, so they have plenty of time to turn this around. Nades have been bought on the CT side. So you can smoke and molly. just make sure that Dr. Space gets no space whatsoever to do anything. AK still retained. SG bought for Dr. Space. And Donkey looking like he's going to upgrade to an ARP. Lovely. They're copying the strat on Nuke. Let's see how effective it works on Train. Now, Train is quite a long-range map. There is a lot of space to play for. If he can make this work, it may prove vital to winning this whole game. Peterborough says, no you, and just shoots Dr. Space in the face. Anyways, getting rid of the SG. Now it's down to the ARP alone, and he does see one. Misses the shot. Knows where the other is. Misses the shot. Gets shot. Peterborough saying, thank you for the ARP. I do love upgrading my economy for free. And, yeah. There we go. An ARP and an AK. Everything provided for the CTs right now are being catered to, really. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet. All the weapons they could ever possibly desire just being dropped at their feet along with a corpse. So Dr. Space and Kiss My Donkey have now said, okay, I guess I'll just buy a budget ARP then. SSG on the way for Donkey, SG for Dr. Space. Always get the two mixed up. Missed shot there by Peterborough. Both are out main. Kiss My Donkey does get a shot on Tom. And now has access to the SG. If he can make these shots count. Oh, he does get Tom, but he does not get Peterborough. And so the ARP is retained. And the only economic damage is the fact that Tom has lost his beloved AK. Truly a love story that has a bittersweet ending. Alright, Dr. Space now picking up an AK of his own, and Donkey now has an SG of his own. Let's see how this pans out. 6-1 on the scoreline. Not looking favourable for the T's. But we may see a reverse sweep like last time, so let's cross our fingers and see how this all pans out. Going into another overtime would be quite hilarious. Kiss My Donkey doing the strat of pushing slowly through a smoke and lulling his opponents into a false sense of security by, I think, sacrificing himself again. Tom pushing through T's, going on a bit of a lurk hunt. Peterborough pushing out. I think he knows some of them are in Ivy, and they're just planning to collapse on them. Dr. Space gets his head, it takes Peterborough's head right off. Now it's only Tom on the lurk flank. Nope, no one seems to quite know where he is. And now he gets Dr. Space. Now they know. Depending on how this ARP plays out, Donkey makes sure it counts. First half over, 6-2. Second half coming up now. And let's hope that we can get a nice reverse sweep. And maybe, just maybe, Dogshit might be able to pull this one back. If not, Wocky Slushh will absolutely take this and the game and the match. But we shall see. Armor and pistols bought for Wocky, and armor for Dr. Space, and no armor for Donkey. Tom pushing onto site. I think he heard the footsteps on site, so he might just be being a little cautious. They're playing very passive angles at the moment, waiting to see what the T's plant. Dr. Space does get the kill, and the bomb is down. He can now rotate away and let his teammate help in. Donkey staying up in heaven. Misses the shot, but connects anyways, and Tom goes down. A little scary there. That could have gone much differently. Just waiting for the buys now. Both teams deciding what to buy. Armor coming in for the CTs. And pistols and armor coming in. This is just a pistol round again. Welcome to pistol round 2. Because we needed better economy. They're making it work though. Dr. Space getting the first kill. Donkey now does have that armor. And Peterborough has none. but he doesn't have a helmet. So Peterborough only really needs to connect a couple headshots here, or in some cases one, to win. Kiss My Donkey instead gets the headshot and the round, and that is 6-4. Their economy now looking absolutely stellar. They can afford their long-range AWP and AUG buy that has got them so many rounds in the past. AKs on the T side. Let's see how they plan to use them. Flashing onto site and smoking off. Oh no, I'm sorry, it was actually a decoy. Donkey says, I don't believe you, and shoots him anyways. Decoy did nothing. It was a don't coy. Why am I laughing at my own jokes? Anyways, Donkey now pushing around, Tom pushing through Ivy. They don't know exactly where he is, so he could come right up behind Donkey here and shoot him in the back of the head. If he goes to second, which he will, he's gonna get the knife, isn't he? Yeah. Tom getting the knife there. Dot space, too far away to help his teammate at the moment. Tom doesn't pick up the AWP though. And there's a chance he doesn't see him on train. He does now. They're playing the game of who goes where when. Tom has to get the bomb now and rotate back onto site. Doesn't quite know where Dr. Space is. And is a little worried. You can see he's being a little cautious here. He doesn't know where to look. 8 seconds left on the clock. The more time he delays, he plays the safe bet. Fakes. 1 second left on the clock. Time out. Dog shit, take the round. 6-5. Tom does get the kill though. And keeps his AK. Peterborough taking a deagle. And Dr. Space taking an MP5 and a shotgun. They're playing the close range game now. Truly a team that is a jack of all trades. They're deciding to go for just about any sort of style if it works. They've given up a lot of control here. Are they planning to go all the way? No, they're just holding carefully. They're planning to go all the way around and actually attack the T's from behind. Which, if this works, will be great. I don't think the T's are expecting it. But the T's have already had time to plan and change where they're positioned. So this might not work. Lovely smoke there, cutting off one teammate from helping. But unfortunately they do force a 1v1 and Tom punishes them for that English. 7-5 now. Tom punishes his teammate for pushing through a smoke blindly. And now he's actually using his enemy's tactics against them by actually lulling the enemy into a false sense of security. This is a tactic usually used by Dogshit, but I can see now Tom is understanding the wisdom of the play and is now using it as effectively as he can. He doesn't quite get it right, because usually Kiss My Donkey tries to kill himself, but killing a teammate is another effective way of displaying it. Peterborough coming in here with an AK, Tom also with an AK. They've already killed Dr. Space. Donkey left alive and he gets taken down too. 8-5 match point for T side. Here we go. Org bolt on Dr. Space. Kiss My Donkey has an M4. Peterborough and Tom both rocking AKs and a lot of nades. Only a couple nades on Dr. Space to retake and or delay. Could be seeing the end of this match right here. Although that is a great start for the CT side, getting both kills. Donkey coming in clutch with the M4, making this go to 8-6. We could be going into another overtime, quite potentially. Which would make this, I think we had 2 overtimes in the first, so this would make it the 5th overtime in theory. But let's see how this pans out. Dr. Space keeping his weapon. Kiss My Donkey switching to an AK. Peterborough and Tom both going for AKs themselves. If they lose this round, however, their economy is looking terrible. They might not be able to buy up so well next round. Which will really punish them because they don't have long-range weapons against this AUG. That's only if it's effective. scoped in Doctor Space never sees it coming. The unmitigated disaster of always being scoped in is the problem is you can't see anything outside of your scope. So you tend to miss some things, like a bullet entering your skull. And Peterborough gets the other kill on Donkey, ending the round and winning the game for Wocky Slushh. They take map 3 and the game. Well done to them. Congratulations. I shall see you all at the beginning of the next match.